They say you can't sharpen a knife by reading about it. Yet in Africa, we have built a generation of readers who cannot do, thinkers who cannot build, and graduates who carry degrees but not direction. Our schools produce certificate, not competence. Our classrooms are filled with the theories that never see daylight. We have students who can define entrepreneurship but cannot start a business. Teachers who quote textbooks but cannot train innovators. The irony is that we have educated ourselves into unemployment. My brothers and sisters, with knowledge has no skill, education becomes decoration. And that right there is Africa's greatest tragedy. We have schools that teach fish how to climb trees. Stay with me, because today we are going to open the wound of Africa's broken education system. Not to shame it, but to heal it. Because if we don't fix the way we learn, we will keep repeating the same lessons life is already tired of teaching us. In this conversation, I will show you the why and the how behind Africa's education crisis. You will understand why our classrooms have become prisons of potentials, and how we can rebuild a system that trains the hand as much as it trains the head. By the end of this talk, you will see that education is not about passing exams. It is about passing wisdom from one generation to another. You will see that no nation ever built a future by importing ideas and exporting talents. And I promise you, this will not be a lecture of complaints. It will be a call to action. Because the purpose of learning is not just to know, but to do, build, and transform. But first, let me tell you a story that captures it all. The story of a brilliant boy who could recite everything except reality. His name was Tunde, a young man from Lagos. Tunde was sharp, top of his class, the pride of his parents, and the star of his teachers. He could define photosynthesis, democracy, and globalization word for word. But when life asked him to apply what he had learned, he froze. After university, Tunde spent 4 years searching for a job. He had certificates, first class, even, but no practical skill. He could write essay, but couldn't solve real problem. That is the problem. One day, he told his father, "Daddy, I know everything, but nobody will employ me." And the father said something that broke him. "My son, it is not that nobody will employ you. It is that the world doesn't need readers, it needs doers." That day, Tunde realized education without skill is like a car without an engine. It looks good from afar, but it goes nowhere. And Tunde's story, my people, is Africa's story. We have built a continent full of degrees but short of deeds. But how did we get here? How did we build schools that don't prepare our children for life after school? The problem began when we started copying without thinking. Our education system was designed by our colonizers not to create inventors, but to create interpreters. They trained clerks, not creators, secretaries, not scientists. And decades later, we are still running that same blueprint. Teaching young minds to memorize instead of materialize. Our students can quote Shakespeare, but can't fix a broken socket. They can analyze poems, but can't analyze problems. We glorify grammar more than growth. We teach theories about the market, but never take them to the market. And when life demands results, our degrees turn silent. That's not education. That's indoctrination. Another reason our education is broken is disconnection, the gap between what we teach and what the world needs. While the world moves toward artificial intelligence, we are still memorizing definitions of computers. While others are building robots, we are still filling answer sheets. Our students know how to pass exams, but not how to solve problems. Like the proverb say, you can't use yesterday's map to find tomorrow's treasure. We are using outdated syllabuses to prepare a digital generation. And so our children graduate ready for a world that no longer exists. There comes neglect of skill, the silent killer. In many African schools today, technical and vocational studies are seen as for failures. We have shamed the very hands that build our future. But let's be honest, every nation you admire today was built by skilled hands, not only by scholars. The builders, the welders, the programmers, the inventors, they are the real engineers of progress. As our elders say, you cannot cook with knowledge alone, you need fire. And skill is the fire that turns knowledge into power. Until Africa respects skill, education will remain a mirror, showing reflection, not result. But yet, there is hope. Across the continent, young minds are rising, from tech hub in Nairobi to fashion studios in Accra, from fancy jobs to innovation labs in Kigali. They are not waiting for the system, they are building a new systems. They are proving that education is not about certificate but solutions. They are learning by doing, creating value, and writing a new curriculum written in innovation, not imitation. The real classroom is not four walls, it is the world itself. And those who can adapt, apply, and act, they are the new teachers of this generation. So what can we, me and you, do to change this story? First, stop glorifying paper over purpose. When you meet young people, don't just ask, what did you study? Ask, what can you do? Second, parents, teach your children life skill early. Let them learn to fix, to build, to create. The hands must learn what the head knows. Thirdly, teachers, make classroom laboratories, not libraries. Let students experiment, not just memorize. Fourth, leaders, fund vocational training and entrepreneurship, not just universities. A good carpenter can feed 10 graduates with carpentry work. Fifth, young people, don't wait for permission to practice. Learn online, volunteer, intern, and they fail fast. Failure is a better teacher than fear, because no nation can rise above the skill of its citizens. What are the solutions to this? Imagine an Africa where every child learns both how to think and how to do. Imagine classrooms that teach coding and the carpentry side by side. Imagine graduates who don't just seek jobs but create them. Imagine schools that teach not just what's in the book but what's in the world. That's the Africa that wins, where knowledge and the skill work hand in hand. The day we align education with reality, we will stop exporting talent and start exporting solutions. If this message resonates with you, don't just nod, act. Like this video, comment below, and tell me, what one skill do you wish schools taught you? Share this video, share this message with every parent, teacher, and youth you know. Follow, subscribe, and be part of this growing community of Africans who believe education must evolve or dissolve. And if you want to go deeper, get a copy of my book, Degree Without Direction, written by Amechi Ogalago, which is me. Because together, we can rebuild the classroom that builds the continent. My final word today is simple. Education without skill is like a song without melody. You hear the words, but it never moves you. Africa will not rise because we know too much, but because we do much. The classroom must meet the marketplace. The mind must meet the hand. So I challenge you today. Whatever you know, apply it. Whatever you have learned, use it. Whatever you have studied, turn it into service. Because knowledge unused is potential wasted. Let's stop producing graduates who know everything except how to live. Let's build an African where the classroom creates creators, not consumers. Thank you for watching this video. I am Amateur Galago Speaks, reminding you, education is not what you know. It is what you can do with what you know. That is the proper education. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure that you share this video. Let it go viral so that Africans will understand that education is not what you know. It is what you can do with what you know. Thank you so much, and God bless you.